All right, I'm starting the video here. It's live. A little review, but so many good things always come out in these videos. It's very important to watch them all. So I'm doing this one live right now, and the markets are live right now. And we just came off of shorting the markets, and the short came in because we had a double top. But that third close to the top here was something that it was very close to get to the highs, but the rotation just failed there. So we jumped on that short right there, right as it's starting to move down, and we got a nice move to the VWAP, and we took profits. And I said, watch this. We should get a bounce on the VWAP, and that's the right way to take profits. And it also got oversold. So, but the main thing here is the directional side of the 60-10. We've been talking about that a lot. We're really talking about that a lot, and how important it is to, once we start to lose that and start to roll under 70 and starts to angle down, most likely, like back over here, your trend is going to be down, especially overnight when there's not too much algorithms and stuff playing games. It's just you got that nice momentum until it gets oversold. So what happens is if this is slowly making its way down, but the other three stochastics get oversold, they tend to bounce and then roll over and meet up with this one. As this one's starting to come in, then everything else starts to come in, and it's a perfect landing. So it's just like that, and that's lots of times we'll see divergences happen that way. You'll get this nice little, and I'll probably take this off here. I want to take that off. So we just took it off, and just overnight here, just tonight, this is actually a little divergence setup here. So let's take a long there. Just like I said, we're probably just going to do micro scalping, just kind of show you some small setups. Sell limit, I'll put the sell limit in there. We're not going to look for big moves, that's for sure. There we go. I could put a little down, Johnny. There's your big pop. See, if I took a better entry and not been talking and concentrating, I know what I'm looking at here. So I started to see that rotation up here. And if you start to see that rotation, or then you want to try to get as fast as you can. Put your stop right underneath the highs and take it off on the first pop. Now, going forward tonight, I'll take bigger positions because it's not really worth just 3 contracts in this little 2 to 3 tick type of trading. So you really got to load up on the MES just to kind of make a good trade. And that's okay when you're using the prop accounts because, doesn't really count. Doesn't really matter. Well, all we can do is we can sneak in. We don't have to worry about our volume affecting the markets. It's sometimes very easy to just wait for the good setup. I have to just, they give you a time frame on that. I think I have one I have to pay for to switch over. And I can't forget to do that. I should do that tonight. I said I have to the 5th. But market here, very slow. Very slow. So, let's talk about, we're going to do a little review here. So, I'm just going to take this down here for a second because I want to show you the charts, and you can see the charts. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go back in the market and play out as a trader, as a new trader, especially as a new trader or traders having problems, staying profitable. It's probably because you're trading too much. And to limit your trading, you should only be taking a certain setup. And I want to identify the setups. We're going to circle them this time. I want to identify them, and I'm going to circle them. And you're going to see when we look back, it'll be easy to look back at it and say, oh yeah, that was a nice divergence, and yeah, look how far it went. And we'll look at the circle, and you'll see, and it'll sink in a little bit more. All right, but it's going to be a tight criteria, and if you want to really be successful, you got to stick to that. You got to preoccupy yourself during the the slow times in the market, and not just try to get chopped up here. You will mentally. You're just going to be. It doesn't have a rhyme or reason. It has a rhyme and reason when everything meets up and it starts to have a rhyme to it. When we're all oversold, like right here, you technically or typically get the bigger moves. When this comes down and this comes down and this comes down and this is down, and we all have that. Typically, when you start to see this is what we call a quad rotation. We have a better chance of getting a move in your direction. So that's the least That's what the least required thing to be, for me. At least be a quad rotation. And, that way you have, at least a shot. But when you have a quad rotation and a divergence, then that becomes a super signal. And that's what I really want newer traders or traders that are having a hard time doing. If you could conquer yourself and wait for a setup, like look at this. This is a 345. We mastered this today. 345, it was a nice divergence. It was a fast little murder algo. Took us down, said, oh, look at that. We had a nice turn back up on the 9.3, and it just took off. And we think it got that. And then before that, there was a nice little divergence here. It was kind of a little, let's get rid of this line right here. So, all right, so I'll delete that. So where was I? Because I was going to circle this. I wasn't, I'm only circling the ones I want you to take. Really want you to take, and there's a reason because why we're taking these. And it has to be obvious. It can't be borderline or anything like that. So that would be a trade setup here. Now there was a kind of a triple top here that I pointed out, and we traded this, but that has to be a little quicker because these little bumpy topping in a very bullish market, you don't want to try to ride that all the way. It's probably not going to be a big top. Bigger tops are going to happen with a big move, kind of a blow off and then a pullback and maybe a retest and a bigger 5-minute divergence, a bigger, this has no, these are just small little moves to be able to time hyper scalp this down if you have a small little lip divergence and the trend is up. You want to really concentrate on taking it off on the first pullback. Just try to get out. Very dangerous in this type of trend to kind of go those shorts. This is what we love. This setup right here is a flag setup, and we waited for this to come down. This was embedded, but what was even better, this makes this a super signal. It is a flag or a small channel, that move up, consolidation to the flag as this comes down, and then what we had a little bounce, and then a higher low and a lower low with that candle right there. Oh, it was textbook. It was beautiful, and it was an underlying trend line too, and it was the flag setup, and it was a divergence, and it was an embedded stochastic. It was really a pure, perfect, go in on this trade every single time. What made this trade really good is the flag, the channel, the pullback channel. There was a little structure to this pullback channel, so you could easily see a low and a lower low, and an easy high low. And when you have a pullback channel, and you could define it as a good channel, and there's a divergence, 9 out of 10 times, you will break out of the channel. All right. Back here, a little divergence, a little lip divergence, but again, playing with fire. If you're getting these little lips, you're getting little pullbacks, and then what's happening is you're getting these rotations. This is starting to head back up. You got a fast rotation, and right from that point, it started heading back up again. Another little sell side divergence, much better one. Much better high, a higher high, and a lower high. I think Sniper might have mentioned this one. I give Sniper credit. A lot of people looking at these. So, and that started to fail here, and we dropped off. This was a beautiful divergence right here at 12 o'clock. This was my big divergence right here. And let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this, because this went out as a super signal. All right? It went out on our Trade Alert network. And I know a lot of people are going to get this video. They're maybe not members or anything. But if you're a member of Day Trading Radio, highly recommend, if you're not in front of the markets, get on the Trade Alert network. You get that service with the membership. And if you're not a member, you can still get this, and it's a real bargain right now. You can get it over on the patreon.com/Day Trading Radio. Go check the link. But what it is basically when we have a setup like this, a must-take super signal. Now, in the strategy, there's a thing called a super signal, and that's a combination of indicators. It's kind of the same name as an HPS setup, a high probability setup. But the super signal is really defined in the point where we have a quad rotation and a divergence, and this on the 200 period moving average, plus a reversal candle. Everything about that was really just good. But the real steepness of the divergence was really key. It's like 14-degree angle. And I know this is going over a lot of people's heads, and I like not even know what the hell I'm talking about with these divergences and angles and stuff. But that's you're going to catch up. You're going to catch up. You don't want to miss this. You want to start from the beginning and learn the basics, and you will get to more advanced features of divergence trading. You have to start somewhere. But you got to start, as you can see, the system is so defined that I wanted to make sure everyone got in, especially if they weren't paying attention, but they needed to know when this is going to happen. It was going to make me better too. I had responsibility not to miss these. And when I say not missing them, this is found money. This is money right here. This setup right here is money. Big moves in the market. Everyone works. You just have to kind of be in front of it the right time, know it's setting up, know how it sets up, have the quad rotation, maybe even have the bots helping you. There's so many different things. So right now we've just kind of looked back on today's market, and we've maybe seen one. Let me get the other one. Where it was one, and we had, this was a good short here. Sniper called that was doable. I mean, I would take that would go out as a super signal, and I think it did. So the super signal goes out on the phone. It goes out on an audio phone. You download the app onto your phone, and you just keep it next to you, and it'll come up with an alert, and you just play it. So let's take a look at the alert. Let's take a listen at the alert right here, because this was after a flag, and we came right down right here. So we're watching the market come down, and at this point we're starting to get to a quad rotation. So I do an alert here, and it's a little educational, and I send out a picture also, the picture of this. So what we talked about is, market getting closer to a quad rotation, and once we have the quad rotation, to look for a little bounce, and then a failure. All right, a bounce and then a failure. Now this is the stuff you get with this thing, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Let's see, 9:13. Oh, that's late at night here. 12:13. All right. Here we go. Let's see.
All right. Coming up a little after 12 o'clock here, the market has finally pulled back off the highs, and we're approaching our first quad rotation of the day. That's when all four stochastics get oversold. And the first three, the top three here, getting oversold. We're waiting on the 60-10 to get oversold, and we're right back down to the previous close, and it appears to be setting up into a bearish flag right now. Our fast
that was right here.
Down.
That was right here. The flag
back up to the 20-period moving average. I'll send a picture out on the Voxer to kind of point this out, so you can see it and see what it looks like.
That's the flag.
Quad rotation, especially, is something that we kind of announced because we tend to have bigger moves off the quad. Now I'm looking for a possible breakdown of the bear flag here, and then maybe a possible divergence. All right, we got the breakdown.
So that's the next alert.
The flag right into a divergence here at 55.32. Your stop should go under that candle low right under the 200-period moving average. It comes in about 55.30.
So there we go.
This all started.
So that was that's the alerts, and I think they're just worth gold, because that's the only time you're going to get those on that app, is just when we have this setup, because this is such an important setup. So I like to kind of get that out when you have a quad rotation. That means you're preparing yourself. You want to always buy into the divergence. It's going to save you a couple ticks. So here you had a required trade. Back here you had a little divergence. I was watching this, got a little pop and then drop and then just a lot of chop. But again, this is strong. The 60-10 was strong all day, and every time we pulled back, there was a buy actually. So when you have an embedded 60 and it's feeling strong, and you're above the 20 and way above the VWAP, not chopping around it, not real choppy, but kind of above the VWAP and trending, and the 200-period moving average is trending higher, and everything's trending higher. You want to look at these every rotation to be bought. If this is sticking up here and the trend is your friend, every rotation down here of the 9-3 should be bought, and you're most likely going to get a bounce. And especially if you buy into that weakness, because even if you get a little bounce, you're probably going to get a point on this. So that's that. It was a nice divergence here. This was at 8:45. And remember, these divergences will show up. They'll show up at any time.
Order
I'm
canceled.
going to take that out. I'm not paying attention to the market up there, so I'm going to take that off right there. Let's see here. Let's see. Quad rotation, super signal, and even sometimes a bull bear flag will be announced on those alerts. So definitely get them. They're worth it. It's only $20 a month for people who are not members of Day Trading Radio. Day Trading Radio members get it automatically. And if you want it, you can get it at patreon.com/Day Trading Radio. A link in the description. Now back to the setups here. Now, I like to trade the overnight markets. I honestly do. A lot of people say there's no volume, but hey, market's going up and it's going down. It doesn't matter what if you're on the right side of it, you're going to get the move. If you just have to know when it's going to move, and the divergences work really well overnight. It's just because it's math. It's math. It's like science almost. There's the momentum shift here. We have a quad rotation divergence right here. I mean, I didn't make that up. It just is. It is. It's low, lower low, low, higher low, oversold, quad rotation. Where's the low? That is the low here. So why not just take that? Just why not? Just take the setups. Here, a low and a lower low and a higher low right there. Boom. Nice move up. Look at that. Also was the low here. That was at 23.15 last night. You could have traded that. That went up 4 points. Having 10 years contracts on 4 points under the radar. You know what I'm saying. If you're gonna make this work, you got to be prepared to put the time in and be here, or at least let me get you in it. Have the tools. There's money to be made here. Look at the divergence here. Drop down. The whole night the thing goes down. That was 2 o'clock to highs. If you see that, what's the worst thing that can happen? Put a stop right above the divergence. So what? I've had more beats, bad beats than this. I mean, this is not even a bad, if it did move a little higher and stuff, and it wouldn't, because it was a running divergence. A running divergence are the best things out there. Once this thing turned back over, it was gone. Nice going, Northernator, taking the $75, took 75 on 3 contracts on the quad. So again, we're here to make money. Very important to stick to your rules. I show you the rules. What we're here to do is kind of work on our discipline, work on our patience, work as a team, keep ourselves busy, not going crazy, trading with a group of people who have similar goals in mind. Hopefully building friendships. Having a good time, looking forward to getting up and going trading, looking forward to doing this. If you're passionate about it, and you like the people in the room right now, they're passionate about this. Trade Perfect, he's a maniac. He's always in there. What great stuff he brings to the room. Appreciate it. Northernator, always, the ones that are passionate about it, and they know that there's. Then there's the bad side of things. Then it's like my family only sees the backside of my head. How many times have I gotten emails from angry spouses? It's all he does. Listen to your show. I'll finish off the video by saying, very important to hold your, develop that discipline, develop the patience to get to these things. Have trust in the system, have trust in the methodology. Adjust it to your own liking. You can adapt it, make it yours. Add your Fibonacci's, add your things. The more things that line up at this level, the better. I mean, I am a faithful believer in this and have used it and love it. And the only thing I would recommend, teach, I feel good about teaching this. This is a true way of, and I know it's not for everyone because no one has the discipline or the patience. But when we look at it and we teach it the right way and we see the opportunities, it's about, being there, taking them, preventing yourself to over trading. Any trade that's taken outside of these circles is over trading. Because the only time, look at these circles. The circles were identified by our signal that we, a tight set of criteria. It only happened here. And look at where the bottom is, here. It only happened here. This is the pullback and this is the bottom. It only happened here. It was the top. And that's where diverge. We're going to be in the money. If you have a good setup, you're going to be in the money. You got to step up there. Step up to the plate. You're here for a reason. This is where we're going to make our money. All right? Once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Call it a day. Take a walk. Go to the gym. Come back, fresh hair, fresh mind. You know what works. You're excited now. You leave on a high note. You don't leave over trading and then feeling like, geez, I was so close and then I got reckless and I just got revenge, and then that's not a good feeling. Leave on a good note. Don't understand and learn on the prop accounts. There's no reason why you can't learn on a 25K account, get better and better, and start qualifying, and then slowly making this thing. All right, I gotta answer the door now. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm sending the video out. Just a little review video, just to kind of, again, just touching base right here. 2245. We just had a divergence here, lip divergence. And right when I was just taking that break, we had a quad rotation right here. So again, these are the only levels that you're going to get on the alerts. These are the only levels that you should be trading. Everything else is going to be, basically, a chance of you to kind of get chopped up. These are the areas that are going to give us the biggest moves, and we could actually predict when they're going to happen, as we just did again, right here. Might not be a lot. There might not be a lot of upside here because of there's not much going on, but you will get a little. So we'll keep an eye on this right now. All right. Let's get back to trading, and I'll send this video off. Day Trader Rockstar signing off for daytradingradio.com.